Hi girls on travel. Today I wanted to talk to you about a topic that I hear quite a lot, which is basically the fear of flying. So this is something that is actually very common, and a lot of people experience this phobia. And why is the fear of flying a phobia? It's the fear of the unknown. It's something you don't know. So when you go into your car, you know your car, you know where you're going, you know what roads you will take. So those are all factors that you can basically take in. But when you get into a flight, basically you don't know the plane, you don't know the cabin crew, you don't know the pilot, you don't know where you're going to sit, who you're going to sit next to. So there are so many unknown factors, and all this kind of triggers the phobia as well. So fear of the unknown is a big one, and then the second big one as well is the turbulences. So the way the flights are, the planes are designed nowadays makes it impossible for a plane to crash because of turbulences. So basically, if something happens during turbulences, it's either because you didn't fasten your seatbelt, or because a luggage fell or something, so you have an injury related to this. But basically, a plane crash because of turbulences cannot happen nowadays. However, knowing the facts doesn't help in the phobia. I mean, those are just facts, but if it's a fear you have, it won't help. So I wanted to basically give you a few tools and things you can do that could actually help. The first one is, maybe depending on your level of fear and panic attacks you have, is maybe go and see a doctor. The doctor might prescribe you a mild sedative that will actually help you sleep or relax during the plane. So that is always an option. If you don't really want to go down that road, obviously it's a short-term fix. So if you actually want to conquer that fear and actually work on it, medication won't really help. So then there are other things you can do. For instance, mindfulness, meditation, breathing exercises, maybe a yoga session before you take your flight. So there are different things you can do. So something that could be really helpful as well, and that some airlines have designed, is anti-stress centers. So those stress centers have really been built with experienced people that have been in the industry for more than 30 years, and that have developed different techniques that work for different people, whether it is around mindfulness and breathing, whether it's around the psychology, or whether it's around simulators as well. So because as I mentioned, the fear of flying is mainly because of the fear of the unknown. Those simulators are actually based on this. So they will put you in some kind of real case scenario where you are experiencing everything you would experience under normal conditions. So you would basically board in a flight, take your seat, fasten your seat belt, but you would also experience turbulences. So you would experience the noises that can occur during turbulences, the sounds, but also what the cabin crew will do during the turbulences. So they will really put you in a real case scenario, and making basically all those unknown factors that trigger this angst and the panic attacks, so that they become known factors, so that you know, oh, okay, now we're having a turbulence, this is the noise I'm hearing, this is what the cabin crew will be doing, so that you basically know what to expect, and that will make a big difference. And actually, the simulators have been working really well. They've had really amazing results with the simulators. So that's also something that you might want to check. So basically, yes, the knowledge of what to expect is really strong to alleviate the fears. I think that's just the general rules. So that's more for the plane on itself. But then some people panic as well for before boarding the plane. So basically everything around the airport. It can be quite daunting. I mean, you arrive in the airport, it's this massive place. It often has different terminals, people going everywhere, running and rushing. So it can be quite hectic. So a basic rule for this is just to allow yourself a lot of time. And that starts from the moment you're basically leaving your home. Make sure you allow enough time for the journey to the airport, so that if your train is delayed or cancelled, that you still have more than enough time to take the next one and still arrive on time at the airport. Once you're at the airport, take everything slow, take your time to check where the checking is, how to go there, then do your checking, relax. Once you're doing your checking, you can go through security, through the luggage check. So really allow yourself extra time so you can go through all those different steps, so that basically once you arrive at the boarding gate, you basically have enough time to just sit, have a coffee or a bite, and basically relax. Another point as well is, even if you allow yourself enough time, you don't want to start thinking about what's going to happen after, so taking the plane. So make sure you keep yourself busy as well. I mean, airports are great places to go shopping, to stop for a drink, to try some new makeup on or some new perfumes. Make sure you have a podcast or a magazine, or just write down what you experienced. I mean, writing down what actually happened, your journey, how you feel, what you experience, is a great way as well to work on this fear. And I think one of the most important thing is to remember why you are taking this flight. I mean, you are taking this plane because you want to go somewhere, because you're going on a journey, on a trip, on a holiday, you're going to another destination, discover other people, try some new food, see the local culture. I mean, all those amazing things. And I think it's, if you remember this and if you remind yourself that actually basically taking the plane is the best way to reach all this, that should definitely help in the process as well, because this is a wonderful way to reach your end goal. So really keep this in mind. I hope this video is useful, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask them in the comments.